In my early career, I was with some of the best, so-called best managers in the business. Bill Judd, William Judd, who was one of the founders of Columbia Artist Management, along with Arthur Judson, Harold Shaw, who was an infamous, very famous manager at Hurock before he created by arrangement with Harold Shaw, Shaw Attractions. Columbia Artists, Nellie Walter, who was a vice president, who had Leontine Price. She was also my manager. She had Jorge Bolet. An ICM group of people that used to be at ICM. I learned a lot from these managements. Unfortunately, I learned what not to do in many cases. What I was forced to learn by forming Price Rubin was to dig into the psychological reasons behind why people book people, the motivation, what motivates a buyer to buy an artist for an evening or a quad or however long they want to buy the artist. I had to master that psychology. I had to master the very essence of booking. Do they book because you're great? Do they book because you're good looking? Do they book because you're rich? Do they book? Why do they book? Well, you have to, first of all, and we'll do this in several segments, you have to first of all get inside the mind of the buyer. There are psychological aspects to selling artists. There are motivational aspects to selling artists. The number one thing that motivates a buyer that runs a series or an orchestra or even a conductor who conducts an orchestra is celebrity. Okay, celebrity also is the thing that is killing this industry. How many times have you noticed that an unknown artist plays fabulously, yet only costs a couple of thousand for a concerto or something plus air and hotel, yet such and such artist playing the same piece that's well known charges $90,000 for the very same performances? I mean, it's a gorge. There's a chasm between the two. Doesn't make sense. Well, it does make sense because although after the 2008 economic plunge, it doesn't make sense. So we can go back and forth and toss this around. Let's go before the economic plunge. Let's go back when we had a Bernstein effect, when the effect of our master celebrity salesman who sold this industry was in effect. Okay, this after Bernstein era was really a good era because you had Leonard Bernstein very succinctly and intelligently selling this industry. So you had names like Andre Watts and Van Cliburn and a host of other artists that were making it quite big. Cecilia Bartoli, I'm just throwing names out there. These people all did very well, and we don't know exactly how they got there, but the buyers wanted those people because why? They were celebrated. They were brands. They were known. So one of the most important things that a buyer thinks about is celebrity. It may be the most important thing they think about. Celebrity means they have a brand name and that the brand is known. They know what to expect from the brand. It's not just that they know the name, but they know what to expect from the name. That means artistically and personally. That's number one.